Hey everyone, this is Bhanu from bhanustuffblog.com and I'm here today to give you some insights on how to develop design thinking ability, how to be creative and how to get motivated to do something or set some goals as part of your work, whether that is creative task or whether it is at office work or whatever it is, and what are the few questions that will help you, do mind-blowing things in your life. So I hope these the tips that I'm going to tell will be helpful to you in your future assignments as well. So before that, I would like to start few examples, some story kind of thing, and I will tell you the reason behind telling these stories and a set of images that I'm going to project here. So here is a story of a short story of a truck driver, and he has to pass through this. Railway underbridge, and the road was something like this with a sloping down, and the truck was very long, and the driver was driving it very confidently. But unfortunately, when he ran under it, the truck got stuck because of the size, and he was not able to move it to the left or right, and he was not able to, take it out. So he called help from several people, and so many people gathered there. Set of engineers came, so many technicians came, engineers came, and they were scratching their heads to find out to figure out how to, solve this issue. They have come up with several problems, like there are several solutions, like some were saying to cut down the bridge under girder, or some were saying to dismantle the truck itself, or some were saying to remove the tires, but others were saying how if you remove tires how the vehicle is going to move. So many things, so many discussions were going, but there was a small boy who was trying to, gather the attention of the people gathered around there, and but he was being kept rejected by these people, by the so-called experts. So finally one engineer came up and said, hey boy, you have something in mind that we experts are not able to do? The boy said, yes, I have something. Then go ahead. The boy said, why don't you just remove air in that, flatten the tires, and make the truck reduce in height? So everybody was stuck. Like this is the only idea that worked for that situation. So that's the story. So end of the lesson of the story is, so age is not a matter, age is not a factor to decide your creative and thought process. So age is never a process. Age is not going to stop you, or give seniority or inferiority, superiority kind of thing. So this is one lesson. So let's have another lesson before I will tell you why I am telling this. So here I will show some set of images, creative works captured and collected from Pinterest. So here you are seeing a woman doing some creative stuff, doing some on artworks, very beautiful stuff. Even I don't think I would be able to do this even after I practice a lot. And here is another, yeah, old lady painting on her house wall. It's a very beautiful painting. This artwork is really mind blowing, right? Here are a few other examples. A Rajasthani woman doing some painting on her wall, and here is shown the inside view of a hut, beautifully crafted and decorated well, such that it is appearing, very creative. Like so what I'm saying is, right now we are saying this as interior design, or this is also, murals or something like that, but kind of people are already doing this at their own level. So the thing is, why I am showing this, I want to ask you, the people that I have shown above, what are the qualifications they have? Do they hold any PhD in what they are doing? Do they hold any masters, bachelor's, diploma, or even 10th? Think about it, like whether they are qualified, whether they have hold any degrees, or whether they are, having some, experience, prior experience in that, like that. So the thing is, degree or qualification is just secondary. It's not the only eligibility criteria that is going to decide how creative you are, how idea thinker you are. So your idea thinking depends on several other sets of qualification that I am going to project you very soon, and not just qualification and not even the age. So you're neither inferior nor superior. You don't feel like that, never feel like that, and don't get restricted by these qualifications, assuming that someone competing with you has a higher qualification and you are just a, let's say, bachelor's diploma holder. That's not the thing. So ideas can come from anyone, anytime, anything. So it's a universal fact, right? So now I will tell why I have to tell these two things about age and qualification. So recently we are having one technical event, and I was asking some of my friends whether they have enrolled in that or not. But they said that the technical events are meant for research scholars or someone doing developing products, or not for those who are not having who are just from diploma background or from bachelors. So I just wondered ki what is stopping them. So I think this barrier of qualification and age is stopping them, and that's why I wanted to show this before we actually proceed to know how to develop this design thinking. So I believe you are now confident of these two things. So if at all you ask me, you are just projecting some random creative thoughts and you are saying you are comparing qualification, then how about this? We can see the farmers who have not no qualification, but they were able to do some mind-blowing, innovations, like one of these to go with their work. So what is driving them? What are the real qualifications that are driving these people to be creative, to do something which we cannot do, right? So the real qualifications are some set of things that I'm going to tell you. First thing, necessity. As you know, necessity is a creative, is the mother of creativity. But let me tell, necessity is not just the only qualification that is going to make you, creative. This is just one requirement, right? So the main thing is you need to have interest towards something. You need to be interested in doing something or showing something, proving yourself. That is one interest you can have. But again, I'll say interest is not the whole thing that is going to help you, because I have seen personally seen come across many people who have, let's say who have interest towards, say, taking computer science, doing computer science, becoming a software engineer. But when I check with them, their interest is actually towards computer science, because they came to know that computer, being a software engineer, they can earn more. So that's the motivation behind their interest actually, but not the real interest of whether they are really having the skill towards computer science or not. So that was not the interest. So this is really bothering thing. So the interest may not be the correct qualification, but it is also applicable some case. So what really matter is your thought process. Like, what are the thoughts, which kind of thoughts, where your thoughts are taking you, how creative you are, how idea generation ability you have, right? So where you are thinking, what kind of thoughts you are getting. So this might help you identify or create your design thinking ability. And other thing is, of course, you need to have motivation to do something. You need to be motivated. You need to have sufficient energy to go ahead with this. And let's say you have all this motivation, interest, necessity, thought process also, but without you being putting effort, it's not going to happen. So you need to personally, physically, put effort, and try to achieve something, right? And above all, you have this confidence to be built up. So even if you put effort, but somewhere inside you feel like, whether I'm wasting my time doing this, or whether I'm going to fail on this or not. So this level of low confidence might not give you the result. So you need to be actually confident, because even if it fails, let it fail. So that level of confidence, because failing is not actually failing. Failing means you have tried something, and something turned out and you learned from it. You understood that that is not going to work, and you found you also got an idea ki what else can be done. So that is what a failure, the definition of real failure is. Above all the qualifications that I have listed here, the real qualification is your passion. So unless you don't have passion, unless you are not really passionate toward doing something, you're not going to do wonders, right? So, and the good thing is, and the beautiful thing is, this passion is all related to the rest of the qualifications that I have mentioned here. Be it interest, be it is motivation, confidence, effort, creative thought process, be it anything. If you have passion, you can cover all these up. Like if you are passionate, you can build interest. If you are passionate, you can create problems. You can identify necessity. If you have passion, you will be always motivated, confident, and you are ready to put effort. And you will think you will get some creative thoughts. So that's it. So being passionate is one thing that will drive you towards design thinking. But let us see what are the things that will drive to build this creativity, idea, thought process, qualifications, right? So how do you develop these three things? So let me tell, there are two words, to be frankly speaking, two words or two things in my mind that I believe will take anyone to be creative, to develop idea or something. So the basic thing is, first thing is we have to identify problem, and then second thing is we have to think on how to deal with that problem. So how do you identify problem? And this is where the question comes, why. So when you ask the question why in whatever you do, so you will always find something or the other missing in that. So that is where your opportunity comes. That is where your problem definition arises. Okay, and how to deal with that? That is being taken care by your the question why not. So this why not question will tell you how creative you are, what kind of idea you are developing. So these two questions together will help you, create ideas and be creative. Why not? So let me explain this with an example. So you have the regular water bottle. So we always use this for drinking water and so on. So we have you ever imagined why the bottle is round? Why this bottle has this kind of surface texture or whatever it is, right? So that question why will give us a doubt key, will make us aware why it has to be circular or it has to have some shape. Okay, so and when you go with the next question, why not? Why not this be a square shape, this is a square section? Why not this be a box? Why not we drink water with a box? Something like that. So this is just one example to tell you how important why the questions why and why not. So you can apply this question to anywhere you go, any kind of job you are doing, right? Let's say I'm doing some engineering stuff. So is there already some stuff already available? So I ask the question why this is so. If I'm not asking that question, I will be satisfied. I will sit on whatever is available and I'll feel that that is a complete thing available and that is the only thing available. So that is bad, right? So we always should always ask the question why and why not, to be creative, to develop ideas and to innovate something. So let's have another example. So we know the regular, size, not size, the form of the car. So why not have wings to this car? Just a thought, right? So this is all possible. The only thing we need is we need to try. We need to give it a try. We need to, find ways of, thinking something unique, thinking something different from the offstream, being offstream, thinking out of the track or out of what people call. So this is how we turn to be very creative. Okay, so let me go one step ahead and talk in detail about this. So we know the electricity, right? We know the bulb. We know Thomas Alva Edison, he invented the bulb. He created the bulb using electricity and all. So actually, after he invented the thing, people didn't stop there. Okay, so because they always have this question why. Okay, they were thinking, they were asking why only electricity? Why not the other alternative stuff? So that is where they came up with alternatives. Like for hydroelectricity is one source of producing electric power by way of force pressure water. And researchers have also come up with some set of chemicals like fossil using fossil fuels and to generate electricity. We have this nuclear energy also available today to generate electricity. We have dynamos, and not recently, from way back, people have started looking for alternative source of energies, and solar energy is one possible way of generating electricity. We have wind power, and people have also started looking for natural way of generating electricity by plants, and even by using fruits and fruits and kind of regular decomposable stuff like things that we use at home. So you can see the process how the evolution has happened from the start of Thomas Alva Edison to many researchers out there today who are working very on this particular thing. So thing is, you can see, so people has never stopped at one point, so they keep on progressing, they keep on finding some kind of problems, though at some level we feel like something is already established, but still they try to identify problem, they go with some, they try something which is not tried, and they'll prove that it is either possible or not possible, or some developments is there or not there. So that's how the evolution stood. That's how people will progress. That's how the innovation happens, right? So let's say Thomas Alva Edison, after finding the bulb, he has sat, and the whole world recognized this electricity as the only source of electricity, and there are no other source. Then today, where we are, we wouldn't be able to be at home with electricity, right? We need this alternative energies, right? So that's how innovation or electricity or creativity starts, right? So there's one thing also I would like to tell. Thomas Alva Edison, when he invented the bulb, I believe after some 100 experiments or thousand something like that, thousand experiments. And when people asked him, what would you comment about the failures that you have, 99 failures or 999 failures that you have undergone? So he had commented that I wouldn't say that I have failed for 99 times. I know 99 ways of how a bulb won't work, how a bulb will not work. So that's the level of motivation that these people will have, and that's why they always keep progressing towards their targets, their destination. They never worry about failure. They only worry about whether whatever they are doing it is properly going on, and if not, what else can be done. So that's what we also should learn from the inspiring people like them. And so then that's what, so how to beat the competition, I have said above so many evolutions have happened, like for example this electricity, so many things are already there. So now what is left to be done? So that's very we are in a very critical challenging state, phase now in this decade, because already you take any field, most of the fields most of the things are already well defined, like there are standards being set. So now what is left for us? What are the things to be done by us? How to be innovative, or how to be creative? So how to beat the competition, the basic question. So this is where you need to identify problem. So this is like we don't have to get satisfied with whatever is available with us right now. Take any product, let's say we have iPhone, you can see, let's say iPhone or any phone, every year they come up with new designs. Why? They could do it perfectly, so every year they find some kind of improvement, some kind of problem in it, and that's how they develop it. So this is the way of providing opportunities, I mean developing opportunities, and that's how the world should run. Identify problems, sorry. So find problems in whatever problem you are solving, find problems in whatever work you are doing. If there is no space available for you, create space. You go, you find, you identify problems. Right? For example, I am working on an engineering firm, and whenever I feel like I'm not having some interesting stuff, I go, I identify I refresh my company's products and I see where I can, where I could improve, or where something can be done more. So that's how I develop. Like that's how I try to be more innovative. And the other thing is, you always need to have these two questions: why not? Why this thing is so? Why not so? Why not this thing? Why not? Why don't we introduce this? Why don't we try that? So these three things: finding problems, asking the question why, and why not. So this might help you beat the competition and will help you with the design thinking process. So that's what I think. Something is missing here. Okay. I think something missing. Madam, 5 minutes. So in a nutshell, I would like to wrap this video with a quick six things that we have covered today. So the first thing is, education, qualification, and age are secondary. It's not the primary thing. Those are the not the real qualification that would stop us from doing something. The real matter, the real interest is towards being passionate, developing passion towards something, being motivated, and developing thought process, being effort, and believing in ourselves is the major thing that we need to do every time, all time, and anytime. Whether other people believing, other people are believing or not, that should not matter with us. We should always believe in ourselves. So these are the primary qualifications that I say would make you being creative. And always ask these three questions: why not, and always identify some problems or opportunities in whatever you're doing. And finally, try. As long as you try, as long as you find something interesting, you will always end up with some interesting stuff that would always keep you motivated, moving, satisfied, blah blah, right? So always try, and keep sharing. So that's it for today. So I believe the above points, the above stuff, motivations would help you develop design thinking. And I am Bhanu Sundar here, signing off from you. So take care. Bye for now.